What's up guys, it's your girl Hannah back with another video. So today I am actually coming at you with a pretty important topic. This is something that I've cared about and thought about for the past 3 months at least. I haven't been shopping a lot in Forever 21. I haven't been shopping at these fast fashion places, and I've actually just been wearing a lot of my clothes that I wore last summer and last spring. Also, I have been thrifting a lot more often when I find that I need something. But this video is sponsored by Poshmark. Thank you Poshmark for working with me again. Okay, so I'm just gonna say when this all started. Back in November or so, or maybe in even October, I got a comment on one of my clothing haul videos. Someone commented and said, Hannah, I really wish that you would stop buying from fast fashion brands and help benefit the environment more. I also saw another comment that says like you should really watch the True Cost documentary on Netflix. I did watch that. I watched it twice by now. I watched it a long time ago around the same time they left that comment, and then I watched it this morning again. You know, I know we learn about sweatshops and bad working human conditions, learning about that in school, but I don't think we're really getting the gist of how much we're actually giving into this and making it continue as being a consumer of fast fashion. If you're not familiar with the term fast fashion, you know, brands like Forever 21, Zara, H&M, trendy, cheap clothes is fast fashion. I mean, I guess the customers think they are benefiting from it, but these clothes are made to break easily. They are not made to be sustainable and last for a long time. And it really only benefits the big business, because these clothes, don't you think there's a catch with them being so cheap? It's because they're being produced by people in third world countries who get paid about like $2 a day. It's not really much at all, and they're working in really tough conditions. It just doesn't respect human rights. These factories in which these big businesses, these big American and European brands are outsourcing to, sometimes the brands don't even realize how bad the environment and working conditions are overseas because they're so not involved with it, so far away. And something that is so important to understand is we have the power. Like, as consumers, we have the power. If we don't buy their clothes, they're not gonna keep making them. And I know they're more affordable, and I know that they're trendy, and when you're a young girl or young boy and you don't have that much money, I know just as much as anyone, it's hard to stay away from fast fashion because it's cute. You know, I'm already trying to be as ethical as possible with the makeup I consume and the makeup I use. I want it to be cruelty free. I do not want the harm of animals involved with the makeup I'm using. I don't want to put my money towards that kind of production. So why don't I start doing that with my clothes? Because these are actually people too. If I think that animal lives matter, I should think that human lives matter too, right? And these are people just like us, guys. They deserve to have better working conditions. They don't deserve to work for a dirt amount of money in a dirty place. There's barely any safety standards over in these types of factories. So let's look at our options versus fast fashion, because that was my first dilemma. Is I don't have that much money, so like what am I gonna do when I need more clothes? Because if you look at, you know, ethical brands and everything, the first ones that will pop up online at least will be very expensive. You have to do quite some digging to get to the brands who are, you know, more on the affordable side. These are sustainable t-shirts too, guys. Like, these are made to be worn for decades. So that's the thing with sustainable fashion. It's made by people who are being paid what they deserve to be paid, who are making it with care, and it's not made to break. See, these big brands are selling these $9 shirts, and they know it'll break sometime soon, but like, you know, the consumer doesn't really care. They're like, I paid $9 for that, and you know, I can just throw it out. And don't even get me started with the environmental impact of fast fashion. The average person in America gets rid of something like 90 pounds. I got this from the True Cost documentary, but they get rid of 90 pounds of clothes a year. And we don't see what that does to the environment because we're so far away from it physically, you know? It's so outside of our little privileged bubble that we are living in as Americans. In places like Bangladesh, there are beaches and miles of those beaches just filled, like maybe 20 feet high, with just clothes and trash and things that are non-biodegradable that are just emitting all these pollutants and nasty shit into our environment. It breaks my heart because we're the fuel to the fire, you know, and we don't even realize it. what we're doing when we buy these clothes from these fast fashion brands. Fashion is a 2.4 trillion global sector that hires 70 million people worldwide and is the second biggest polluter after the oil industry. So I am in love with the fact of just keeping a handful of clothes that are authentic and that are sustainable for years and just wearing them season after season. The best thing you can do if you are on a budget or if you just simply don't make enough money to spend like 60 bucks per piece of clothing on average, because that's kind of what it's like with these ethical brands. But secondhand shopping is also a great way to go if you are kind of low in your wallet for things like clothes and fashion. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you can see that like whenever I post an outfit picture, if I bought it from a brand or at their store, I bought it like last summer. And so I'll tell you where it's from, but they're probably not gonna have it anymore. And then all the other things that I'm wearing is simply just thrifted. Like my past Instagram picture had like a sporty raincoat that was like 80s vibe. I simply just thrifted that. Like I found it at a thrift store. I personally love this way of shopping because it's like going and finding a little gem that was kind of like waiting for you. It's giving that little piece of clothing like another chapter of life, and it's already had its little chapters of life with other people. I don't know. You know, going to thrift stores and secondhand shops, obviously you are purchasing things that were probably made by a fast fashion brand. For example, like Forever 21 shirts might be in your thrift store or in your Goodwill. Buying it isn't the worst thing you can do because it probably will end up in a landfill eventually, but buying it yourself will guarantee that it stays out of a landfill for longer. And also Poshmark, the free app, is an awesome way to find clothes that need another home. Thank you Poshmark for working with me again. I've worked with Poshmark several times and I have about 10 pieces of clothing here that I'm about to list on my Poshmark account. I'm gonna have my Poshmark username right here. Poshmark is a great way to sell clothes no matter what the clothing item is. It's always good to keep it circulating within people's houses rather than just going straight to the landfill, because about 90% of the clothes at their stores and Goodwills will just end up in a landfill. Check out the clothes that I have down below. I definitely list them for great cheap prices. It's also springtime, so it's a great time to kind of clean out your closet, spring cleaning, whatever. Just to let you guys know, with this video, I'm not going to be posting any more fast fashion hauls, and you know, that might be kind of shitty for me on the business side of things, because that is a big portion of my brand deals is brands like Boohoo or Princess Polly. You know, I've worked with those brands in the past. I don't know, after becoming so aware of where these clothes are coming from that I am promoting, and I'm just driving more sales to them by promoting them, so I won't be doing that anymore. I do want to make more like thrift shop videos, how I thrift, and I don't know, little like videos like that. And it might take a little bit more work to put together cute like trendy outfits with all things from the thrift store, but that's also kind of really fun because then you just end up with a lot of authentic stuff. Poshmark is great because you can find those big designer brands that you like, such as, you know, Nike or Gucci even. Like, they have a lot of big brands on there, but just for a lot cheaper. I think it's best to just get it some secondhand way rather than giving that brand their money, and just be more conscious about it, you know, just do a little bit more research on your favorite brands and see. You can actually figure out who's making your stuff, who's making your clothes. But yeah, Poshmark is a great way to shop. It's great because it's just right there on your phone and you can just shop and sell from your phone like I'm about to do. Definitely check out my Poshmark. I have a lot of cute stuff on there. Follow my Instagram too, of course, if you're not already. I've been posting like every day on there and it's popping, girl. Okay, but I think that is it today, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and please give it a like. Comment your thoughts, it really helps me out, and share it with someone if you think that it contains some advice. I'm also gonna have some links down below that provide more information on shopping ethically and, you know, all of that. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I hope you come back for more. Bye, guys.